Hello people of the internet, this is RedCube, everything coming at you, and I'm actually going to be streaming and recording the second match of RLAL. And this time we have the Guardians going up against TriHard7. Both of these teams I am not too familiar with, but TriHard7 I have seen play a little bit more. From what I saw with TriHard7, they are a very skilled team. They are very quick onto the ball. So that's something that the Guardians have to watch out for. I have not watched the Guardians play very much, but I do know their team is also very skilled and they have been playing with each other for quite some time. So this matchup should be very even, but I think I'm going to give my pick to TriHard7 solely based on the fact I just know how they play and they are a very skilled team. Thank you for another follow. Really appreciate it, guys. And again, to the recording, guys, I'm streaming and recording at the same time, so this is going to be interesting. But we'll be right back with you in the recording once the players join the match. All right, here we go. And all of the players have just joined the game, and the kickoff is going to be underway in just a moment here. Like we said, this should be a great match between both of these teams, and it is about to start. Second game of RLAL, and the first kickoff we see Jake going up against Nibba. Jake misses that ball. The ball is put onto the right side, onto the orange team side of the pitch. Asterisk hits it. That ball is in a dangerous position. Naga just misses that hit. Barry goes up for it. Nibba is the only one back at this moment. This could be an early attack for Team Guardian. Right, Nibba's going to be taking it, though. Waits for the play to develop. Doesn't get past one. Naga's there. Good clearance by Naga. Nibba tries to hit that. That almost was a great pass. Naga goes up for the rebound. He gets it. And that's an easy goal for Naga and Nibba. That's something we've seen from TriHard7 in scrimmages. They're just very quick to that ball, and they are just so fast and so skilled in the air. They have to be one of the most feared teams.
Definitely a defensive mistake there by Jake on Guardians. He just popped it up right behind him. Definitely did not mean to do that, and that just cost him the goal.
Yeah, that's something we also saw last match. There was a lot of defensive mistakes, and it's just basically the team that's been capitalizing on those mistakes are the teams that get off to that early lead. And already we almost see it. Barry almost goes up for another goal, and there it is. That quickly. There was just not enough pressure on the ball, and it just gets set up, pushed off the backboard. Barry misses the first shot. Pushes it off the backboard again, but Naga's there just to recover and put it right back in. And we see TriHard7 just off to an early 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be a lot of momentum going towards TriHard7. I think the best thing that Guardians would want to do right now is just to put more pressure on the ball and make sure it doesn't get away from them too quickly.
Yeah, especially with the time already so low and there's already a 2-0 deficit. They cannot let this game get away too fast, or it's just going to affect the entire series, and it's going to be a lot harder to recover from losing really big in Game 1 than losing very little in Game 1. All right, so it's popped into the
clear there by the Guardians. It's the first time we've seen the ball really on
TriHard7 side. Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. It's the first time it's been on the blue side. There's not much in the attack, but it is still a little bit of a confidence booster that they are there putting that good pressure on the ball. And right there, that was a good little way to get Peachy. Got to that ball first, but that ball is put right back onto the Guardian side, and it's always hard for the Guardians to recover when the ball is that close to their net. Nobody is back. Jake has to hit that. He doesn't get it. And there it is. Just as I was saying, no one was back on that defensive side, and the ball was just floating in the middle of the pitch there, and it's an easy shot for Nibba. Jake had to hit it there, and it just doesn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, just again, TriHard7 capitalizing on those defensive mistakes, just getting those easy goals when they mess up.
Yeah, it's something we've seen time and time again, not only from the first match, but even in RLSL last season. Defensive mistakes and getting capitalized on them is what basically leads to almost every single goal. But of course, we're going to see some great plays of individual skill, but defense is what it really comes down to. Jake gets a nice little shot off there, but an even better save by Barry. That was going to the right. That could have hit the post, but we would never know. Either way, great save by Barry. Barry with a clearance, but Asterisk is there camping the midfield, keeps it on blue team side, but Nibba gets popped up right towards him, and the ball is just floating in the middle. Barry's going to go for that little double commit there. That could have been some miscommunication. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely need to see a bit more aggression and speed to the ball from the Guardians, as they're just given TriHard7 a bit too much time to like calm down and just get a good touch on the ball.
Yeah, I feel like
some good contests in there.
Yeah, I feel like the Guardians are just kind of letting TriHard7 develop their play, which is something you do not want to do with a team as skilled as TriHard7. But good shot by Just Peachy. Just Nibba is right there for a good save. Good pass to Naga. Almost a great little play there to Barry from Naga. But it doesn't even matter because it almost ended up in a goal. But great play. Unlucky that it didn't end up in a goal, but great defense from the Guardians. But we still got to see it. The Guardians got to be a little bit more aggressive, a little faster on the ball if they don't want to let this game go into TriHard7's favor. Right, Nibba with a nice shot.
And that's in, yeah.
And there it is. A clear leads into a shot. Great defense leads into great offense. And that's, I guess, one of the best examples of it. He just clears it. And in the end, nobody is back for the Guardians. And it's just an easy goal once again.
Again, fourth time it's happened. Just Peachy. He could have immediately gone up, maybe done a fast aerial, possibly gone to that ball, hitting it off the backboard and made the save. But he just did not go for it and backflipped in the end, and it was just a goal for TriHard7.
You know, they always say hindsight is 20/20, so when they do look back at this game, they're definitely going to think they got to be a little bit more aggressive. But it is a lot harder in the midst of a game to know, do I keep trying to go for that ball even though I'm losing, or do I kind of just calm down? And that's probably where the Guardians are stuck right now.
Yeah, right now they're definitely looking for a goal just to get a bit of that momentum back going into Game 2. And what I think is going to happen personally, my prediction is that Game 2 is going to be much closer, as especially when there's these rank gaps in between teams. First game might be a bit lopsided, but teams definitely adapt and can learn, and I feel like Game 2 will be much closer.
Yeah, and back to what you said about rank is especially both of these teams are very high-ranked players, so adapting in the middle of games and, like you said, on to Game 2, the games are going to be a lot closer, and there's going to be a lot more of a competitive edge, which we did see from the first game where of RLAL when we saw, I think it was, I can't remember, oh, it was Active Esports went down early, but they came back in that third game and won it in overtime. So there is always that play of adaptation in the middle of matches that kind of could lead to some nice wins. So obviously there is going to be much closer games in these next couple ones in the series.
Even though AWP in that first game, they seemed to control it the whole time, it did go to Game 4. So we could see something happen here in the next couple of games by the Guardians.
Yeah, but it looks like nothing's going to happen here for... Oh, almost gets a nice little late goal here. But nothing's going to happen here. TriHard7 takes that win for the first game of the series. Not much you can take away except the fact that the Guardians just have to be a little bit more aggressive on the ball. And they just got to come back a lot stronger next match.
From their mistakes, they just can't be making those defensive errors, because those really cost them the goals and really made this game just lopsided towards TriHard7.
And it also hurts them that in the beginning of the match is when they had most of their errors, and once you have it into the beginning, you're gonna have that, I guess, diminishing of confidence throughout the whole match, and that's just you just gotta recover from that, and that's what the Guardians have to do right now.
Yeah, definitely looking for an early goal possibly from the Guardians in Game 2 just to get their momentum back and get that confidence up going into it. And definitely for the rest of the series.
Yeah. Alright, so we're just waiting for this last guy to ready up. I don't quite understand what the problem is, but it should be, match 2 should be starting here in just a moment. And just to reiterate the fact, I am recording and streaming at the same time, so if you guys do hear that follow notification, I am sorry. But to my followers, thank you for following. All right, on to Game 2 here.
Not much of a break there between Game 1 and Game 2. Maybe the Guardians got a bit of a talk there during the end there, but we'll see what happens in this one as they go for the first kickoff.
Yeah, even though that was a break of just like 10 seconds more, that is a huge boost of just being able to talk with your team. And already that's a great save by Asterisk, and that's going to definitely boost his confidence just a little bit, and maybe could push the Guardians to get a nice little early goal here.
Stone goaled it, but he did end up getting the save and a clear, so it was all right. Definitely a good thing they did not get an own goal.
Yeah, that could have been absolutely terrible to their game. But as we see it, the ball has just been ping-ponging back onto the orange, onto the blue. Almost a nice shot. Great save by Nibba, though. Ball's in the right side here. Just Peachy's going to back away from that. That's going to be all Naga. Now he's going to attack. Plays that ball in the middle. I think he was looking for a teammate in the middle, but no one was there. And just sets it up for Nibba. A little miscommunication, I think, on the TriHard7 team. That could have been a goal. Ooh, nice little passing play from Barry and Nibba. And Naga's there to finish it off. Great play from TriHard7. Not my bad. It was Naga and Barry. And Naga was just there to finish it off at the end. Passes it up to Barry into the middle. And just puts it right under Just Peachy.
Yeah, Just Peachy had been a rough situation on the backboard there. Kind of messed up his car positioning. As you could tell, he was readjusting and just did not have enough boost to save that. But just overall good play from TriHard7.
Yeah, that was something we have seen from TriHard7 in scrimmages. They just have really good teammate chemistry, and they're really able to just get those passing plays down. And we already see the Guardians off to a 1-0 deficit, and they just got to bring something back here if they want to stay in this series. Right, so Barry was just sitting in the net there. I thought he was AFK for a second, to be honest.
I was about to say that.
Ooh, good shot by Naga. Just didn't get enough on it. That was a great little shot by Naga. Bounced it off the backboard and just put it bottom left, but did not have enough pace on it. It was, in the end, an easy save for the defense.
But like I said, definitely seeing a much better game here from the Guardians, as at this point in game 1, they were definitely down by like
at least 2 or 3, yeah. And that's
them getting to the ball, putting pressure on the ball, and just a much better game. They're getting shots off. We do see a shot here, and then another save right there.
Yeah, by Astric. Astric is playing a lot better this game. He's having some nice saves, good defensive plays, and that's definitely something they have improved on. Even from just last game. And, oh, they could get a goal here. Oh, just a little bit too far to the left. Unlucky for the Guardians. But as I was saying, the Guardians have just been playing a lot closer, a lot better defense, and I mean, commentators curse there. TriHard7 do get a goal, and that's off of a great play, but just to take away, the Guardians have been a lot more aggressive, and that's what you like to see from a team, especially when going down early. They came back, and they fixed their mistakes they made in that last game. Although it might not be translating to a win, they're still doing a lot better.
Better play right there. Not much they can do with a great passing play by TriHard7, and then only one back in net. Not much you can do there, but definitely some much better, faster rotations by the Guardians, which is just helping them in this game, keeping it close.
Yeah, and I think something that really would have helped the Guardians was watching the game yesterday against Aoeah. I mean, again, the game yesterday of Aoeah, because the biggest thing that we took away from that was the, I think it was Active Esports just had to be quicker on those rotations. And that's something we see here too. They just got to be quicker on that defensive rotation, and it can really help turn the game into your favor.
Yeah, definitely got to just minimize defensive errors, and at this point, I think they just need a goal, as there's still 0 goals in the entire series, and they just need that to boost their confidence and maybe get some good chemistry going.
But right now, we do see the Guardians are getting a lot more aggressive. They are playing that ball onto the blue team's side. Although it did not end up in a goal, it's good to see they are a lot more aggressive on that offensive. And that's what they need to do. They got to get a goal here. They got to get something out of this because, again, they haven't scored this entire series. Got to get a big confidence booster here. That could be a play, but Barry, great defense. If that bounced off the wall, that was going to be an easy goal for the Guardians.
Yeah, I feel like TriHard7 playing a bit more passively, which is working, as, I mean, right there was a very bad example of what I'm about to say, but I think they're just having Naga and Nibba play up while Barry stays a bit more defensively, which seems to be working and holding it down.
Yeah, that's what we were seeing. We saw, even when we saw it, Barry, we thought Barry was AFK, but he was just sitting in the back of the net, just kind of waiting for them to shoot it, almost baiting out the shot and getting an easy save, and then pushing TriHard7 into the counterattack. And although that could be deadly when you only have 2 people on attack, it has proven to be very, very good for TriHard7, and it's really just pushing that counterattack faster and better for TriHard7.
Yeah, definitely what needs to happen now. The Guardians just need to be working as a team better, get a good shot off on net, and they need to get a goal here in order to stay in this. Otherwise, it will definitely be going to TriHard7.
Yeah, like we've seen, the momentum is just kind of really shifted towards TriHard7. There was a little bit of a boost of momentum definitely in this game for the Guardians, as they are in it a lot more than they were that last game. But there is still the momentum just definitely in TriHard7's favor.
This could be something if he puts it in.
Oh, unlucky by Jake. Just hits it too high and hits the bar twice. Unlucky. ball has been sitting on the blue team side as well, so there's just proves how much more pressure that the Guardians have put on to TriHard7, or it just shows that the game plan from TriHard7 has been just working great as they've been playing like almost park the bus defense. And you could argue it's worked well because they have just won 2 out of the 5 games of the series.
Third game, possibly an elimination, or it is an elimination game for Guardians. They have to win this here and definitely need an early goal to just get some momentum and shut down TriHard7, because at this rate, they're just not able to do it.
Yeah, TriHard7 just have everything kind of going their way here. It's almost like we saw last match. They just played park the bus. They just kind of calmed down. They knew they were going to have that early lead, and they just can play defense. But if the Guardians get off to an early goal, they will not see TriHard7 be sitting back in net. They will have to face TriHard7 being a little bit more aggressive. And when teams are more aggressive, you can then capitalize on their aggressiveness mistakes. So it goes back and forth. You can be aggressive to get goals, but if you're too aggressive, you can get scored on. So that's what we got to see from the Guardians here. They got to be aggressive to get a goal, but if they're too aggressive, they can get scored on and then face the park the bus TriHard7 that we saw last match.
Yeah, they definitely need to find a good balance between that and just completely, like we saw last game, they missed an easy open net. I forget what player it was, but if they minimize their mistakes and just make shots, they will be able to stay in this. But at this rate, it just might not happen, as we see an early goal there from TriHard7.
Yeah, 15 seconds in, already an early goal, and it's just unlucky from... sorry about that. Unlucky for the Guardians. They were just... Nobody was really back on defense to help that shot out, but it was, in the end, a great shot from Naga, I think it was, on the halfway line, just keeping that ball on the orange team side. Naga tries to go for the pass there. Jake could have had a much better shot there. That was a huge opportunity missed out, I think, for Jake. The ball was just teed up for him almost. He needs to get a lot more power on that and needs to get that into the back of the net. Ooh, that almost was a huge defensive mistake by Asterisk, but he does, in the end, have his teammates back there to save it from him. Just Peachy tried to go for a nice little dribble play there, waited for the play to develop, but it was, in the end, a great defensive play by, I think it was Naga.
Yeah, definitely need to flick it there, do something, but then he just kind of drove right into him. Definitely not the best move he could have pulled. And I think for the Guardians to stay in this, they need to tie it 1-1
right here. They cannot let this game go to 2-0 or the game, I think, will be over. But we see it once again. The defense of TriHard7 is really just kind of sitting back and letting this pressure build up on their side. And then I think they just go for that counterattack. And that's what's been so deadly this entire time. They let the ball just kind of float in front of their net, wait for, you know, all of the Guardians players to get out of position, and then they capitalize on that, quickly go to the other end of the pitch, and it's just a great counterattack.
Yeah, as I've noticed, there's been a drastic improvement of defense from game 1 to game 2 and 3, but their attack, it just needs to be better. They need to put on better shots, because at the current rate that they're doing it, the shots are just not good
going to be scoring.
It's just an easy save for TriHard7, and they just need to get a good passing play going, or just get a good place shot, or it's just not going to go in.
And weak shots is what just perfectly fits into TriHard7's tactic right here, because if it's a weak shot right towards them, they can easily transfer that shot into a good counterattack.
And especially with the lead here, TriHard7 are not going for goals. They're really, at this point, just kind of wasting time, keeping possession.
Playing passive and just sitting back in the net, yeah, and just keeping that ball.
Keeping Guardians out of the play.
Yeah.
Almost a goal there.
That was almost a nice goal by Barry. We see this ball on the left side here. Just Peaches has to be a little faster. 2 minutes left. They are still down 1-0 and absolutely zero offensive momentum for the Guardians. They got to be really aggressive here. That ball is just sitting on the orange team's side. Good little play here by Asterisk. Tries to get it around him, but that's, in the end, an easy defensive play. That could be a goal here. Is that going to dip into the back of the net? If it did, Barry was there. Oh, and there it is.
There it is.
That is something they needed.
They needed that.
I think one of the players might have just disconnected on accident. Oh, he's back. Oh, we're all right. But as we were saying, that is something they needed. They really needed that shot and that goal in the end. And it's just going to definitely boost the momentum. And we could see this game go to game 4.
Very possible. They just need to keep playing like this, have good defense, and they just cannot mess up. They cannot lose this. If they get this game to 2-1, it will be huge for the Guardians, so they could very possibly take the W here.
But right there, nobody's back on defense once again. Huge missed opportunity from Naga there. Nobody was in the net, and it was just like an easy open net, but the ball was in a difficult position to shoot, but in the end, still a missed opportunity.
Definitely celebrating that miss from an open net. Could be a goal here if they don't get back fast enough. And as I said, very easy goal, just no one back.
Again, that's what we've seen. Just things keep getting repeated. It's the missed opportunities, and then you capitalize on the other team's mistakes. That's something that we just keep seeing over and over again, and it's always defensive mistakes.
There by the Guardians, possibly could turn into something. Not really putting too much pressure on the ball.
Yeah, it's something we gotta just see the Guardians be a lot more aggressive here. Niba hits it. Good hit by Niba. That ball's going to be played in the middle. That could be a shot. Naga hits it a little bit too high. I don't know if he was going for the shot. Maybe another pass. Niba's going for it. Nice pass. Is someone in the middle for TriHard7? No, there was not. Great little play by Niba there. Naga pinches it against the wall. Barry's there, but great defensive play by just Peachy. Guardians have to pull out something here.
Factoring in these games are just the Guardians giving up possession, like we've seen multiple times, just passing it into TriHard7 and giving up the possession, or just going on the wall and then just not doing anything with it, and they're just giving up possession way too easily, and they just need to make something happen at this point with 45 seconds left in the game.
45 seconds left, and we could see this be the first sweep of RLAL. Astric plays it in the middle, though. That's a great pass, and just Peachy capitalizes on that great pass. 2-2, and this is going to be a great match. This could either go into overtime, or we could see TriHard7 or the Guardians get a nice little late goal.
Naga continues to rage and leave every time the Guardians score. Off of it one time if he did not join back fast enough, but as this game progresses with 30 seconds left, much better play from the Guardians. Huge improvement. The game is tied 2-2. If they could possibly win without going into overtime, that would be huge for them, and we might see a game 5.
Yeah, something we, again, like we saw with the first game of RLAL, is just the teams adapt a lot better once the team's play goes on, because we saw from the Guardians the first 2 games looks like it was just completely out of their reach, but now we're seeing them play a lot better, and they're going to send this game right to overtime. And that's something we just keep seeing.
There could possibly have finished it off, but just did not have boost and ran out. Just could not do anything there, and the ball was just floating. Oh, maybe a shot.
Shot here, Astric. Oh, a little bit too far to the right, and that's in the end an easy clearance for Niba. That ball is floating in a dangerous position, though. Jake puts it back on the blue team side into the corner. This could be something here for the Guardians. Niba, that should be an easy save, but it's still in a dangerous position. Barry's got to get there. Little miscommunication. Oh, huge save by Naga there. That ball was going onto the frame of the net, but Naga just hit it right away. All right, just Peachy, good play to keep it on blue team side, but Barry is going to be there just to put it right back onto the orange team side. Naga's there, though. Huge save by Astric. Tries to go for the block there because I think he thought Niba was going to hit it right towards him. A great play by Niba to just get that ball onto the wall.
A much better play from the Guardians here. Possibly double touch from Naga to end it. Oh, is that an open net?
That is an open net. Someone's got to get there fast. Jake, oh, that is a huge missed opportunity from the Guardians. It was basically a 3-on-1. Huge missed opportunity. That could have been the momentum booster they needed, and they could have had a reverse sweep there. But it's not over yet. Let's see if they can still win it here. Oh, but that's dangerous play. Unlucky for the Guardians, but even better play for TriHard7. Just passes it across the face of the net. And great teammate chemistry from Niba and Naga. Just put that into the bottom left corner.
Yeah, great games. Definitely much improved. The Guardians definitely improved every game. Just making it closer and closer, and then taking game 3 to overtime. Yeah, Guardians definitely should not feel like they lost that 3rd game.
Yeah, they were going up against a team that was... Yeah, you go ahead.
Playing much better, definitely against a team that just had a lot more skill than them, as we saw in game 1. But they pulled it into overtime, and then it was just a late goal and a passing play from TriHard7 that ended it. Definitely something they struggled with every game, just not being able to stop those passing places.
Yeah, exactly.
Great series.
Yeah, it was a great series, and it's just great to see the Guardians, recover from that early kind of big deficit. They kind of dug their hole super deep, but they clawed their way out of it in the end. And that's just a huge win for the Guardians, but an even bigger win for TriHard7, as that's going to be put onto the scoreboard as a nice little W for TriHard7. TriHard7 win the second game of RLAL in a first sweep of RLAL, and that was a great match. Guardians are going to be looking back at this. They should be proud, but they also should look at what they did wrong and capitalize on it next match they have. But that is it. We are going to be going into the interview stage now and the post-game analysis. Thanks, guys, for watching. On to the next thing. All right, here we go. We are back with the interview of the TriHard7 player, Naga. And the first question I have for you, Naga, going into that match, were you guys very confident you were going to take that win, or did you not really have a great idea on how the other team would play?
We don't play with Barry too often. We just kind of like started RLCS the other day with him, and we were like, okay, what's up? Because Nibba knew Barry and I don't. So I was like, yeah, we're going to do fine because we did pretty well in RLCS. But yeah, I think we were all pretty confident. I'm not sure about Nibba. He was like, his mic's kind of dead, but it was fun. And,
all right. Yeah, another thing we saw from you guys is you always capitalize on their defensive mistakes and made huge playmaking plays. Was that part of the game plan, or is that just kind of how the game developed over time?
I think we all kind of play like that naturally. I know all of us solo kill a lot. Nibba and Barry play a lot of twos. So I know we're all used to capitalizing those mistakes. We don't get a lot of them. So we try to do what we can with them.
All right. That's all my questions, but Mango, you got any questions?
I'm just wondering what was kind of going through your head and like your team's. I mean, Nibba didn't have a mic, but whatever communications you had during that game 3 when it was going to overtime and they tied it 2-2. We did see you leave the game every time they scored. So
yeah, okay. Our plan was like after I believe it was the second game. We planned on trying not to drop a goal because we want to threaten our rest of our opponents. You know, we planned on not dropping a goal, and then we did. And I'm like, dang it, I better leave. And I joined back in like a few seconds. Wasn't too worried about it. But they put up a better game the third game than I would have thought they would have. At the end, I was kind of trying to multitask. It was difficult. But they were definitely they were playing really good, honestly. That was great. And I'm not sure what the ranks were, but that was a fun game. Well, I believe what was going through Barry's head was he was like, okay, let me get the nastiest double tap I can. And Nibba was trying to do the same thing, but Nibba was kind of quiet the whole game. So. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's it for me. Definitely going in, we saw that you guys definitely had the advantage just in terms of rank, but very good game 3. You guys did pull out the win in the sweep, so just overall good game.
Yeah, congratulations for the win in the sweep, but overall the Guardians did play a great match, but TriHard7 does come out on top for the game 2 of RLAL. Thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. See ya.